Hello there. I don't know what the heck happened. I was sitting there, I had about a 10-minute recording that I had thought I'd been doing, um, welcoming you guys and all that, and talking about a story of mainly about my mom and whatnot. And apparently, I don't know. It said it was recording, but when I went to go look back to see where I was, because I had a video chat coming in from my daughter, when I went to look back, it wasn't there. And I was applying makeup and chit-chatting with you guys, so I apologize, I don't know. So basically, I'm just gonna finish up my the rest of my makeup and sum up this story pretty quick, I guess, because I don't want to take off my makeup and reapply it and start the story over again. So let's just go with that for now. Alright, so where was I? Anyway, like I mentioned before, I am not a makeup artist. I don't really do much playing around with makeup and stuff, but today I'm just gonna go all out and be a little bit bold and try some different colors that I've never tried before, and yeah, pretty much. And I'm not gonna really show what I'm using. I'm just gonna do it, and if it looks funky, it's just for fun. So basically what I was saying before is that my son was saying to me, Mom, do you think that when our family moves, like when my brother and sister gets here, do you think that the activity in this house is gonna be a lot more energy and active? And I says to him, I says, oh wow, I says, I never really thought about that, but you know what, there's a high possibility of that, like a really high chance that it could very well be. And the reason I say this is because me and my children have different gifts, like audio, clairvoyant, like some of us will see things, some of us will hear things, sometimes it shifts and we'll have things like come to us in dreams and it'll be reality. And so when I was at my daughter's house, there was a lot of activity, and you know, they didn't really tell me what was going on. They told me a wee bit here and there, but I think they wanted me to kind of see for myself when I went out to visit. And anyway, my father, when he passed away, he came to me in one of my dreams, and he said to me, he's like, he took me aside on a walk, and he had previously talked with my mother, and I saw them walking along a path, and then he comes back and he takes me up on this this rock type of a seat. Like he was a bushman. He loved doing stuff from the wood, like wooded area. He used to cut lumber and stuff. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, he had told me that when he comes to me in my dreams telling me soon that it was getting closer to when he would come and take my mom back with him up there. And so I was like, oh Dad, I really don't want to lose Mom too. Like, I never really got to spend much time with you, and then when it, you know, when we did kind of get close to each other, I says, you ended up passing away. And I says, and that's really kind of hurtful. And he says, I know, but pay attention to the dreams. And he said more, and he was very loving. So anyway, I'd have some dreams, and I'd let my mom know and stuff like that. And throughout the visits where my mom was living, and I'd go and visit her and my kids, there'd be activity. It would be really creepy. And there was this one time just last year when I went out to go visit, and my mother was in the hospital, and my daughter was saying prior to me getting out there that she sensed like she could see a shadow of a man wearing a dark hat and a long black jacket and whatnot, and he would just literally go into the hallway and back into my mom's room. And to me, I was like saying to my daughter, I says, do you, like, I hate to say it this way, but do you think that's the Reaper? Like, do you think that he's waiting for Grandma and he wants to take her back? Now, at this point, she had been all right. She got out of the hospital just a couple days after I had went out there, and then the same day she gets out of the hospital, she takes a tumble, and not even 20 minutes after she gets home from the hospital, she takes this tumble, and she actually had my grandson right there, and luckily that neither one of them got hurt. And so I was just like, what are we gonna do? Like, are you okay, Mom? But anyway, in this time, going back a couple of years later, like a couple years prior, my daughter said that my dad, her grandpa, had come to her in a dream and said that, I need you to get this message to your mom. I've been trying to contact her and she hasn't been listening to me. I don't know why. But tell her that you guys need to spend more time with your grandmother, her mother, and tell her I said soon. And then I'm like, oh geez. I says, yeah, I know my dreams haven't been very good lately. I said, I don't know what's going on. And I says, but I'll pay attention. So that's when I started going out more to visit. And so just backtracking to about 2 months ago, just a little bit over, my mom was in the hospital and she stayed for that remainder of time. And she ended up taking a couple tumbles, and they realized that she was, her Alzheimer's was getting a little bit, well, actually a lot worse. And there was one time that we did a video call on Facebook Messenger, and she had turned around and she had started walking, and I asked her, Mom, where are you going? And she's like, hang on, my girl. And then the nurse just then walked in, and she's like, Jeanette, that's my mom's name, Jeanette, what are you doing? And she says, it's too bright in here. I need to turn off the lights. And the nurse says, no, Jeanette, the lights aren't on. That's from the window. That's the daylight coming in, the sunshine. And my mom was like, oh. And so anyway, my dad hasn't come back to me in a while. I do understand that heavenly time is a lot different than here, but during that time my mother was telling me that she was ready whenever it was time. And she is now in a long-term care. She just got put in there this past week. And so lo and behold, my mom has now been situated, and she seems comfortable, but you could tell that her mind is going. And she also had a tumble inside the hospital just a few days before she actually got into this long-term care. And so now she's in a wheelchair, and they have to help her get in and out of bed. They did check her hips and all this. So basically what I'm talking about with all of this, my children and I, we have always had activity. And so my son's question is are they going to be bringing back some of those spirits that they had in their house, because they had stuff creeping underneath the stairwell. And they also had like when you went down to the basement, you could literally feel somebody staring at you, and it wasn't a very friendly energy either. So every time I was there, I'd be smudging the basement, and I actually put some sage and stuff around my daughter's house. And even my daughter, her dad would come by and smudge the house, and he would also say that he could feel energies in these certain spots of where my children said they were. And so yeah, I don't know. And we ourselves have activity, and it hasn't been very rough. Like, they haven't been too bad. They've been toning down a little bit, but I'm just like curious, what do you think? Do you think that with all of us combined, do you think, and with the spirits there and the ones that are here, do you think that the activity is going to be a lot more? And you know, sometimes my our cats and stuff will just sit there and stare at something, and you really don't know what they're looking at. Sometimes my cats will sit at the edge, like the top of the stairs, and they'll be looking down, and it's like, what are you looking at there? And it kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies to even look down the stairs, which are dark. And the cat will just sit there, and then you know that they hear you, because their ears are like twitching every time you talk to them or call their name, right? And so, which leads me to also another thing of talking about spirits. Excuse me. My daughter said that my grandson was watching TV, one of his favorite shows called The Wiggles or something like that. And anyway, she said that he was really getting into it. He was all happy and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, she said she looks at him and he pauses, like, and he looked like he was just frozen. And so she said, and then after that, he ended up like started shaking and getting really scared, and then he started screaming. At first he couldn't get nothing out, and then that happened. And then so my daughter video called me, and she was freaking out. She's like, Mom, like, what is he doing? Having a seizure? Do I need to take him to the hospital? And my grandson, my daughter's trying to get him tested for autism, because, like, anyway, but so he's not able to verbally speak, and he's going to be 4 on August 4th. So she was like, oh, no, no. I said, and the first thing that came to mind was he saw a spirit, because there's at least 3 or 4 that's in my daughter's house, and 2 of them aren't good. So anyway, that's what I was told her, and I said, no, you don't need to take him to the hospital. And then she said that he pointed at the TV and said, like that, right? And then, so basically either something came in the TV as in a quick glimpse for him to see, or something of a shadow was seen inside the TV. You gotta understand, electronics are one of the main things that spirits will go into. They are very, very, I don't know, but they tend to play around a lot with electricity, like TVs, radios, cell phones, all stuff like that. And yeah, so anyway, that's what I told my daughter. So my one son, my second born, he's like, Mom, do you think that that's gonna happen? And I says, well, I'm basically gonna have to smudge the house, like before they get here and after they get here, and a couple of times if that's the case. And so yeah, and I've been noticing since I've been talking the past couple of weeks with my children coming out, I've been noticing that things are starting to happen a little bit more, and with children being that young, and pets, and then the energy and the stuff that they bring from their belongings being in that active house and bringing it into our space, it's actually gonna bring more energy, you know. So that's gonna be something interesting. Sorry, going sporadic here. Like I said, just playing around, right? So, what's your thoughts on this? I just wanted to do a little bit of a chit chat in regards of like spirits and things like that. Do you think that my son and I are right? Do you think that from the spirit world they can travel? Like, I know they can travel, but do you think that they will actually stay connected to my children's energies and attach themselves to them and travel all the way out to our place? I kind of think that they would. So that's why me and my children are getting prepared for it. But anyway, my mom said she's pretty much ready. You can see the distance in her eyes, and like I said, my dad hasn't come to me in a while, unless I've blocked him off again, because I've been having pretty much some sleepless nights and whatnot, and maybe he has tried to come to me. But either way, and that's just me doing some chit chat while I apply makeup. I've gotten some things that I need to do. My daughter and grandson will be here. They're leaving this coming Friday. They'll be on the road for 3 days, and my daughter has agreed to do some videos with me, and I'm sure my son will do it too. And I'm positive my grandson will be inside some of these videos because he sure loves his nana, and I love him too. But my two children, they already have their YouTube channels, which isn't going anywhere at the moment. So I'm hoping that when they get out here, that things will go better. And what do you think of this crazy? This is actually reds and golds. I think this one side is a bit darker, or maybe it's the lighting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But this is me going out of my comfort zone. Anyway, I don't know, maybe I didn't finish that story upright or anything. That was just me rambling, wanting to join me on a little ride. Used to join me on a little ride. So anyway, on that note, thank you for being here. Thank you for keep coming back. And let me know what you think of spirits. Do you think our house will become more active? Do you think that, you know, with my mom saying that she's ready, and with Alzheimer's in her body trying to start giving out as well as her mind? Like, the reason I say that is because she will call me or somebody else, and then maybe 5 to 10 minutes later she will call back, and she'll look like she never talked, and then she'll say that she hasn't called us at all in about a week, and here it was just like 5-10 minutes ago. So things are progressing. And so what do you think? I know when my dad passed away that I had knocks on the doors and there was nobody ever there, and then this was the same night that I found out that from my sister when I was at work that my dad passed away. So anyway, I don't know, just chit-chatting. You guys have any cool stories? Would you like me to talk about anything else? Because I have stories that I can talk about in regards of people passing away and stuff, and I know that's not a great topic, but them trying to contact us in a certain way is always very intriguing, as long as they don't haunt me. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, you have a blessed weekend. This is Sunday, and yeah, I have stuff to do. I've got to go and get a birthday cake, and they're over there, some pictures that I had to look through for my grandson. I want to put a picture on his birthday cake, so anyway, that'll be fun. So yeah, on that note, thanks for being here again. And because I'm decorating my house and getting it ready for my family, I won't be doing much crafting videos. I have taken down my table and stuff like that, so I have to set up an area for me to do crafting. So please be patient with me, but fall and Christmas stuff is happening, and that's when my mojo comes. I love crafting and decorating for fall and Christmas, so I pray that you can just stick with me and you will get some videos on that. I give you my word, okay? So anyway, I love you all. Thanks for being here. And also, always allow your spirit to be the warrior within. Always be yourself and always have fun. Have a wonderful day. Love you.